I'm at BCA Blackbush to collect a 500. Yeah, local for me. Literally probably cost me no more than £1 in fuel or something. So we'll go and collect something that's not too exciting, but I'm taking a bit of a risk, and you'll see why when I pick it up. So let's get in, let's get the car, let's go and meet it. Okay, after an interesting development in the sense that I didn't actually book to collect the car. I went in on the app, started filling it out, and clearly didn't click submit. So I turned up and yeah, the car's not here. So, but luckily they've pulled their finger out, nice of them. And yeah, we are now going to wait in line to be taken to the car, and we'll have a walk around and we'll be done and on our way back. And here we are, the 59 plate 1.2 lounge, non-categorized, and yeah, we are aiming for a reasonably quick turnaround on this. So what have we got initially? Just need to pull that back in, pull that back. Headlamps are going to need a sanding back. It's a nice easiest job. Going to need to apply a bit of paint there. It actually looks ever so slightly different in colour. That will be fine, but we need to just respray that. Good amount of tread on that. By the way, this doesn't need an MOT either. Clean MOT, completely clean MOT for 59 plate lounge. Very minor scuff in there. Probably could keep that wheel on the car, and then I can just sand it a bit. So we have a bit of rust here. We've got some rust spots, so this is all going to need sanding back, right back to the metal, and then we're going to need to just sand, spray that. But yeah, that's started to rot a bit, which is unfortunate, but that's fine, we can deal with that. Again, that alloy's really good amount of tread on that as well, so that's really good. Handle is good as well. Tell you what, they do love these. There's a good couple of cars I've had these on now, on 500s. That's slightly protruding a bit there. Right, what else? That looks like that needs popping back in, strangely, but we can sort that out, that's no problem. Again, where's this? So this is from Southampton, hence obviously why we're Blackbush. Get rid of that. Need to have a look at that, because that's the jet washer. That's a bit loose. Alloy is good. Was that a bit of rust on the alloy? No, I don't know what that is. No, I don't think it is. Again, good amount of tread on that. That needs cleaning. Sills are good. Just got some small little bits that we can touch up there. This is the worst alloy, looking at this one, so just need to sort that out. Again, good tread on that. So we're missing top one of these, so we need to sort that out. And yeah, right, let's just pop the bonnet, then we'll come to the interior in a minute. So, small little battery, battery. Sticker's been done. Bear with me, let me just hoik this up. We're just going to check the oil on it. Oil seems good. Good on the oil. We need to obviously check that at some point. Check the coolant. Is this broken? Bloody hell, that's not even broken. Flipping heck. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, this is the old, because obviously you look at the battery tray and they're a lot bigger nowadays. A lot bigger. Yeah. But look, there's no rust on the... Sometimes these tend to rust. There's nothing there either. So, I don't know. Maybe at some point it had a new bonnet. Right. Let's have a quick look in the boot. There's the hatch wiring looking. That doesn't even look like that's even been touched. How weird. Have we got... So at the moment, can't see a locking wheel nut. Interesting. But again, look at that. Looks like a very clean wheel well as well. Blimey. Right, this is interesting. Look at the state of that. Absolutely incredible. I think we're going to have to get the seats out. The seats are going to have to come out because it's going to be easier to do that and then dry them, I think, leaving it rather than leaving it in. Right, let's go and sit in here for a minute. Ooh. So I'm just going to do up the window because we've got... So BCA now introduced these on all cars. I don't really know what it's for. I don't know if it's to stop. It's a security feature, but they'll take those off when we get to the gate. We have one key, or sorry, we have two keys. That's the spare key. We've got the service book in here as well. Bear with me. Let me just try and rip this open. Hold on a sec. Right. So it started life in Southampton. It looks like it's remained all the time in Southampton. So cam belt. There we go. Cam belt was done in 2021 at 79,000. Good. So Harris Cars, the people who obviously sold it, did that. Here we go. In 2022, at 83,000 miles, we had plugs, oil filter, and brakes. It says air. Not 100% sure what they mean by air. Air? Air filter? No, that's what filter. Oh, it could be air filter. So that is that. So that's not bad. I have a feeling these are going to be broken. Or that one's okay. What about this one? Bloody hell. That's working as well. Jeez. Flipping heck. Right. Obviously we don't have start stop. That doesn't exist on the earlier ones. We'll need to check the lights to make sure that all these work behind here as well. Nothing in there. Nothing in that one. At the moment, I'm going to be honest, I can't see a locking wheel nut. So we are missing one of those as we speak. But they has had reasonably new tyres, so somewhere down the line, there's got to be a locking wheel nut. Anything in here? Nothing in there. That has been cleaned out. But yeah, state of this. Look at the seats. Right. No. Don't know why that one's in there. So again, we have the old style, this, rather than the newer one. We'll obviously need to check the Bluetooth works. Oh, wait, just hit that. I think that's all right. The dash seems to, the speedo seems to be okay. It doesn't seem to show up any lights, so that is good. Let's just see if we've got a signal. We're not currently getting a radio signal. No. Oh. No. It potentially might need an aerial. So I might need to get a new aerial, but that's fine. We can deal with that. Windscreen is good. Yeah. Do you know what? For the money, which I'll tell you about in a sec, I'm just going to move this out because that's come undone from its little fixing there. Yeah. For the money, it's not bad. It really isn't. So, just double check. Yeah, well, we'll look for that locking wheel nut again. It could be doesn't need them. It could be that they were all removed. So, yeah. The next test will be the clutch, which at the moment it's a bit on the harder side that I'd like, as in it's not a soft clutch, but we will check that out because I've had a couple of cars from Blackbush where they don't mark up the fact that the clutch is worn, heavily worn. So we'll turn this on in a minute and get going. How much fuel have we got? Let's have a look. Quarter of a tank. Check daytime running lights is the only one that's popping up. Tell you what, let's turn that off. There we go. Right. So 98,000 on the clock. The battery's obviously still good because that's not reset at all. And that is everything. So yeah. Just needs all a very good clean. Very good clean. The wheel, again, great condition for the wheel. Really is. Just needs a clean, but it's not really worn. No. Right. I just need to set up the tax so we can get it on the road and then we can get it back to mine. And then we are done with the collection for this car. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. Really happy. So we'll get it back. I'll just do a quick final segment for the video and then we can call it a day. Before we go, I've just taken the V5 out. We've just got these two invoices in here. And it's quite interesting actually. So this was dated in June 2022. So he did a carry out a full service and he did that for 50 quid. And he then also replaced body badly worn offside front anti-roll bar for 30. So he's charged, oil, air filter, oil filter, spark plugs, pollen filter, 75. And suspension link 19. Not really sure what that 50 is, whether that's if he's charged 50 and then that's the part. I'm not really sure, but anyway, Oh no, so it says 50, 60. Oh, okay, so that's the labour cost. So he's charged 50 quid labour to do the service and 30 quid to do the anti-roll bar. So he's done that. And then, this is interesting, I quickly had a look at this one. November 23, so what's that? A year and 6 months ago, something like that. At 90,000 miles, so we've done 8,000 more. Remove gearbox and deliver to specialist repairer. Collect gearbox and reassemble with a new clutch assembly. Replace offside front lower suspension arm. Check and adjust front wheel alignment. Replace offside and near side badly corroded brake hoses. Bleed brakes as well. Arrange new tyres at front. So he's done that. So gearbox overhaul 350, complete clutch 90. I think. Brake hose 22 times 2. Suspension arm, tyre valves. So that's set the person back £886 to have the gearbox done and the clutch. So actually, we are pretty good because this has had cam belt done, gearbox, clutch, all done. And we got proof of it as well, which is handy. Right. There you go. So I just thought I'd update you with the bit of this extra service history. Anyway, let's get going. Right, we are back home, and I was bigging up this car. It felt great. It felt really new. It didn't creak. It didn't rattle. There was clearly nothing loose on it. Clutch was all good. Gearbox is great. Everything was fine. And then what I didn't clock until very late on was, I don't know if we can turn this on now, whether it's going to show us. No. Oh, yeah. Look at the engine temperature. So that then went up one other further notch, and then the engine temperature light came up. So, yeah, why was that overheating? So that we need to look into. I'm hoping it's just not got coolant in it. But obviously, why has it not got coolant? Has someone chopped the car in because there is a fundamental issue going on here? Yeah, but anyway, because I've got to let it cool down, I need to before I can open up the reservoir tank. But yeah. Oh dear. We'll keep an eye on that one and work out what's going on. But otherwise, if you take that out of the equation, everything else is fine. Everything is fine with the car. So I'm just hoping there is, something else that we just need to sort out, something very minor. But I mean, I'd only been driving for about 7 minutes. It's hardly like it's a long journey, you know. Thank God I mean, I mean, if I'd picked this up from Warsaw or Perry Bar or something, I'd be in right trouble. So, yeah. Anyway, let's come back tomorrow. Let's have a look when the engine's cooled down and we'll work out how much coolant is in the car. So we move on, just over 24 hours after the car's back. And so as you know, I was bigging this car up quite a lot. Was quite happy with how things were, which was great. And everything appeared to be good. And then suddenly, as you were well aware, the engine temperature started skyrocketing, which is not what I planned and certainly was not what BCA had put in their report. The problem is, I think with BCA is how long do they, they turn the car on, they run it for a couple of minutes, just checking everything, and, as far as they're concerned, it's good. But obviously this had been running, got it up to temperature, obviously, and then, things started to happen. Also, the question is did something happen on the way home? And this has actually been fine. So, didn't panic about it. Got it home, dealt with what we needed to do. And then I've gone to go to work a couple of hours later, and I'd noticed, I'll show you, I don't think, because bear in mind, this is 24 hours on. So, I've come out the house, I've looked, and I see a puddle down here. And I see it dripping there. So somehow, or some way, we're not really sure, something's gone on behind here. So my plan, before this gets to, because the weather is not good, I'm going to fill this back up with coolant, I'm going to bring it up to temperature, and we're going to look to see if there is any leak coming, likely from the radiator. So if I pull this, right, let's just pull this up. What I need to do is check how much coolant I got in here. But was the leak coming from this top hose here, or the one down the bottom? So, or is it even coming from one of these? That's the thing. So, yeah, we're going to go and test it. So let's get some coolant put in here, and let's get it up to temperature, and then we'll have a look, see if we can identify the problem. Okay, so first things first, let's fill this up with coolant. Let's just have a look with the torch, have a look at what the level is at. Don't even know if there's anything in there. Is it completely drained out? Let's have a look. Put that in. Right. Let's just put this against that. Right. Where is it? Hey, there's nothing in there. So it's all gone. That is going somewhere. There's nothing in there. So the whole of the coolant is drained out somewhere. Interesting. So what I'm going to do, I don't know why I'm trying to put that cap on there. It's not good. Since it's all drains out, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some water in there instead, because then otherwise all this coolant's just going to drain out and it's just all a complete waste. So let me fill up with some water, and then I'll come back to you and put that in. Right, we've got the water. Flipping heck, there is literally nothing in there. Okay, right. So we'll leave that all there on the side, put this on. First we're going to have a look to see if there's anything actually dripping out from in here, and then problem is it's on a slight angle, isn't it? So I might just slightly move it off, and then once we've got it on a bit of a flat here, then I'll be able to see exactly what's going on, because obviously if it's coming from a hose here, and it's going to drain down and drip down there. So yeah, right, let's start the car, let's get it on the flat, get it up to temperature, and then have a look as to where this leak's coming from, and then we might have to order a part. We are up to temperature. It's been running for a good few minutes now. Underneath the car, got a few little drops there. And if we look down here, there's a bit of water just sitting on the top of the bumper, but can't work out exactly whereabouts that's coming from. This top hose seems dry. That bottom hose appears to be dry. There's definitely water, some sort of liquid anyway, down the bottom. It's not as bad as I thought, but it's whether or not it's the radiator or it's the pipe. That's the problem. Yeah, so I'm not having, it's not exactly standing out for me, if I'm being honest. Let's have a look. Is the temperature rising on the gauge? No, we're still at halfway. Yeah, bit weird. Bit weird. Let's have a look at what it's not losing massive amount. Yeah, right. So anyway, I'm going to leave this video and we'll come back later on in a couple of weeks or whenever, when you think we've sorted it. So I'm going to sort of leave you guessing. Put your comments in what you think it is below, but at the minute it's nothing in particular that stands out other than potentially just hose, but obviously it's going to be the radiator. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Leave me your comments as usual, and don't forget to like and subscribe, thumbs up button, and all that stuff, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. So until next time, take care.